Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the show that's on in the afternoon. We've got a great show ahead for you.
I've been waiting all week for this. I'm so excited.
I know, man. You guys know one of our favorite people on earth.
Yes.
Our good friend Tim Gause of Jimmy Jam.
Absolutely.
A true saint of St. Augustine.
He puts the saint in St. Augustine.
He really does.
He definitely does.
He really actually does.
Yes.
We are honored to have his very own mother in studio here with us today, Jill Gause Davis. And I got to tell you, a lot of people may not know, but the Gause family went through a very, very tragic, very tough loss of Tim's father, Jill's husband, a while back. And this was before social media.
Right.
And the outpouring from our community was just so absolutely amazing, so absolutely heartfelt. And Jill has actually written a book about this whole experience, and it's such an inspiring book. It's such an amazing. I mean, so many people I hear when they talk about this book say, "I was just in tears
in one reading this."
It's such a powerful. Yeah. So we're going to talk to her about this book, how this came to be, and where you can find it. I mean, whether or not you know the Gause family, this is it's such a great read. It's such a powerful message.
Pure definition of our community.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are excited to talk to Jill about this in just a couple of minutes. And of course, we will have your horoscopes. We will have your events. We will have all that good stuff ahead for you very, very soon. But we will start off, as we do every day, by telling you about our great friends at Bozard Ford Lincoln. Since 1949, they have been more than just a dealership. They are a family-owned beacon of trust right here in St. Augustine, founded on the principles of honesty, integrity, and community service. That Bozard family tradition continues to thrive through generations. They've got that state-of-the-art service facility, 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment-needed maintenance, and you can enjoy the comforts of their customer lounge and the unique flavors of Ford's Garage out there. They are proud recipients of the Triple Crown Award and named Florida's Dealer of the Year by Dealer Rater. Their team is dedicated to providing an enjoyable and efficient experience. Bozard Lincoln offers the best. Ford Lincoln. Can't forget the Ford.
The Ford is very important.
Yes. They offer the best in pricing, selection, and service. Visit Bozard Ford Lincoln today, just off 95 and State Road 16, where your satisfaction is their mission, and they are driven to inspire. Also, our friends at the Bailey Group, because getting enrolled in a health insurance or Medicare plan does not have to be complicated. In fact, it is quite the opposite at the Bailey Group, where they are going to help you work with a local insurance advisor to find just the right coverage for your specific needs and budget. Their goal is to make getting covered simple. No added costs, no extra fees. The Bailey Group handles individual health and Medicare, corporate benefits, and financial needs for their clients. Let them do that for you. 904-461-1800. And then, of course, Elace Med Spa. Yeah. We love Elace Med Spa. You will too. They will just, so many people walk out of there saying they feel 10 years younger. Not even just in the way they look, just how vibrant they feel walking out of Elace Med Spa. And you can get that vibrancy and you can get that youth back. Go see our friends at Elace Med Spa. They do everything from the hydrofacials to the Botox, the dermal fillers, the laser treatments, the body contouring, the hair services. And I think they're going to be rolling out some new services here very soon that we'll be excited to talk about when they do.
Quick testimonial. There's a young man, maybe about 19, 20 years old, and had acne all over his body.
Wow.
And was afraid to take his shirt off at the beach and not confident.
I've been there.
Allison worked with him for a good about 6 to 8 months and really changed up a lot of his skincare regime, cleared up his skin, has the huge confidence. It's an amazing game changer. And there's a lot of people, when we say, it's beauty on your terms or, on ally and aesthetics, that's what this really truly means.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Good stuff.
I mean, it's just when you have great skin, the confidence level just goes through the roof. Let them give you your confidence. Elace Med Spa. Go to elace.com. Jill Gause Davis joining us this afternoon. Hey, Jill, how are you?
Oh, I'm great.
Good.
Like royalty. I'm so excited that you're here.
I know. This is.
Let me adjust my crown.
I know. I love
Okay,
it.
there you go. So, Jill, let's talk about this a little bit. You turned such an impactful and very sad event in your life into, you decided to write a book about some of this experience, right? Why did you decide to turn this into a written story, and kind of how did you find the strength to do that?
What a great question. I was having difficulty sleeping after Jake died, and I would waken in the middle of the night, and I would play that video over and over in my head, the last moments. It was not easy, but I kept paper and pencil next to the bed, and I would just start jotting things down and things I didn't want to forget, and remember this, and anyway, kept them. So fast forward, and 9 years later, when I met Al, who I am married to now, I would begin sharing things just randomly with him. Oh, and one time such and such happened, or this person came by, or that, and he went, what? Like, who does that?
Right.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't know. I said, a lot of the people I didn't really even know, they would just show up at our front door. And he went, are you writing these things down? Because he said, your boys, no, they weren't little babies, but he said, they're not going to remember as they get busy growing and moving into life.
What a great
And he
idea.
said, you need to just let them remember what happened.
So the stories kind of were first, and then you came up with the title of the book, which is The Small Town with a Big Heart. Am I saying that right? Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
And I did just start jotting them down on a yellow piece of paper, and then I'd write and write and write and write. So it looked like it was really turning into something. And Al just kept nudging me. He said, you could write a book. And I said, well, nobody ever hears the good news. When we turn on the evening news, they wait till the last 3 minutes to say, and now for the good news.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Same thing in church. Sometimes they say go in peace is at the end. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's so exactly. But this is something that can really tie everybody in with the greatness of our town.
It is certainly not that I'm the only one to have ever been widowed. It's certainly not that I'm my children to lose a father. We're not the only ones, and we realize that. However, I do think that the giving was extraordinary
So let's go back
and
and talk
worthy of
about
being
that.
in the book.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit, because we kind of started with the book, but let's go back to kind of the inspiration for this book was that really community outpouring. Can you talk to me about that time, what your family was going through, and what St. Augustine and St. Johns County did that just really blew you guys away?
Jake was a St. Augustinian.
Mm-hmm.
That makes him unique.
Yeah, your mouth of God's ears. Yes.
And he had his own appliance repair business. So everybody knew him. He was the kind that they gave him their house keys. And the washer's broken, just go ahead in. That kind of thing. But when he got sick, it was real sick, real fast. He was gone in less than 6 months. So all of a sudden, there was no money coming in. And then we had to go to savings. And real quick, savings went. I was a substitute teacher at the time. So I wasn't going in. I needed to take care of him. He required medical care. And I just found ourselves at zero. It was really scary.
Yeah, I imagine.
Where there's like no money, now what do we do?
And more responsibility on your plate than ever.
Oh my goodness. And I just was putting posters all over our house. You're going to do it. Bible verses.
Absolutely.
You can make it. Be strong. And I'm just crying into the carpet in the living room because I did not know what to do with no money.
And hold up those boys at the same time.
And keep it all normal.
Right.
Oh, please.
That's
we
not
were
easy.
watching him die in front of us, and it wasn't normal, but we were really trying. But honest to goodness, people did show up at the front door, and that's mentioned in the book. I hate to go through every single story, but I'll give one quick example.
Sure.
This lady rang the doorbell. It's probably 8:45 in the morning. I'm in my ratty bathrobe. I still have it.
God bless.
Anyway.
You know when it fits right. You know. Yeah.
There you go. And I had been thinking to myself, a few people had stopped by with get well cards for Al, and there'd be, Jake, $5 in it, $10 in it. And so I'm thinking, I could go, if you remember Wester's, I don't know. It was a meat market south of town. Okay, how could I make this stretch? Ding dong, the doorbell rings, and this lady said, I don't know if you know who I am, but all 4 of my children have had you at one time or another at Evelyn Hamlin when you substituted. I told my husband when our insurance check came in, I wanted to bring it to you. But you know what? I just didn't want to hand you a check. I hope it's okay, but I went to Wester's at the end of the road. I'm getting goosebumps.
Me too. I'm getting
And
choked up, actually.
She said, I just filled the bag with things I swear to you, honest to God, and he is listening. Every single thing I had just been planning in my head how to use this money was in this bag.
Wow.
Who does that?
Right.
This town.
And
Right.
that's the book.
Yeah.
It was
Wow.
those kinds of things that are just so out in left field, but
And this wasn't, we didn't have, face pages or all the socials to be
No.
able to say, prayers for me right now. This was actually word of mouth
yes,
that people rallied around
Yes.
because they were like, hey, this family needs our help and support.
yes.
Wow. That's
Yes,
powerful.
I had a very good friend at the St. Augustine Record who did make Jake a front page story. That got it out. I attended Memorial Lutheran Church here, and my church family also continued to put the word out, and they also continued to help. But it was those strange, odd things like the story I just shared that were like, wow.
Are
That
those
was
stories or
good.
something that you put your faith over fear in those moments? Did that give you a light like, okay,
Oh, unbelievable. Yes,
awesome.
yes.
That's powerful.
And so much of this help, this outpouring of love, I mean, a lot of times these days you'll see that a lot of this help comes from agencies and sometimes groups like the Jimmy Jam outreach organization,
Yes.
which your son started. But these were just regular people showing up at your door, right?
Yes.
And was this like every day that it was just new knocks at the door, new
I
people
have
just saying,
sent-
we love you, we want to help you?
I have sent get well cards.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you guys might have done that, or at
Yeah.
least picked up the phone and say, if you need anything, you'll let me know.
Yeah.
100%.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this was that on steroids
Yeah.
because it just went nuts. I'd love to sit here with a smile on my face and tell you the agencies were my answer,
Mm.
but that was not the case. That was trauma for me, and I won't name names, but
Yeah.
it was really awful. I did go because I was hoping that we could perhaps have food stamps and at least I could keep feeding the kids. And,
Right.
I had a finger shook in my face.
Really?
And,
Wow.
I'm sorry, but you're middle class and you just fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, do you have a suggestion of what we could do? She said, you're wearing her wedding ring. Why don't you go sell it?
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Okay.
That's horrible. I'm
Well,
sorry that you had to
that's
go through that. As a widow, you already been through the war, and now you're just trying to survive after the war, of
No,
death.
this was
Yeah.
during.
Oh, this was during.
This was
oh, my
during.
goodness.
Wow.
And I was just, oh my. So thank goodness that there were such good hearted people that came up with these just wonderful, always at the right time. Yeah.
Do you think,
It
do
was
you-
God, yes.
yeah, that, and do you think maybe it was also God, or maybe it was just Tim taking this experience and turning it into what he does now? Do you think this
Oh,
had anything to do
100%.
with what he's doing today?
My boys know firsthand exactly what it's like to be on the receiving end.
Mhm.
If
The
I
apple
have to
doesn't
tell
fall
you
far
there's
from the tree.
something other than losing Jake, which was trauma for all of us,
Mhm.
but the absolute worst part was receiving. I had a friend in Tennessee that would spend her long distance dimes at the time and just listen to me cry. Every Sunday she would call me to check on us.
Yeah.
And one time she said in her very Tennessee accent, she said, you have to stop hurting people. I said, what are you saying? Who am I hurting?
Yeah.
And she said, everybody that's trying to help you, when you don't receive that, you are taking away their joy of giving.
It's that pride.
Wow,
though.
that was like
Yeah.
Wow.
okay. And I just turned things around because I would hang my head down like, oh my God, people are handing us money or what, I just
Right.
didn't, I just turned that around with a big smile and many, many thanks over and over. And I kind of feel like the book is my thank you for what they did, because learning how to receive was a tough tough lesson.
And I guess it's hard to see now, but hindsight is always 2020. But you were such a giver. I mean, even in the time before death, you know what I mean? So that was the love that you gave, and that was what you were receiving.
Yes.
And I think it was overwhelming to you, but you love so big. You have a huge heart, and I think that that's what you received at that moment. Wow, powerful stuff.
It is.
That friend from Tennessee is an amazing friend.
Oh, yes, she is. Yes, she is.
And sometimes it's that advice that you don't necessarily want to hear or know how to take at first, right? That can just change your entire perspective. And it sounds like that happened with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely did. And I don't know. I'm a real fan of Jimmy Jam. I'm not here to talk about them, but they really did learn from all that we received. And it's such a good feeling. Look how many people and families they help. It's
Absolutely.
just like, yay.
Yeah.
Go Jeff and Tim.
I know.
Yeah.
Incredible.
They are really amazing people. And like you said, Tim knows better than most people what it's like to receive that kind of love and what it means to a family to just be helped out in sometimes even the smallest of ways when they're going through very, very tough times.
Jeff's mother was a dear friend of mine. We worked at the deaf and blind school together. And she was one of those unbelievable knocks on the door. And in the bag was Christmas wrapping paper, ribbon, Scotch tape, and assorted bows. And I thought, okay. And she said, I know you. And she said, you're going to make Christmas happen anyway. Yeah. And why not have some things? It was like, who thinks of those things?
That is so amazing.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the things about this story, because that outpouring of love, it wasn't just for a couple of days, right?
No.
It was continuous, it seems like, from the impression that I'm getting, right?
Yes, absolutely. It was continuous. For a full year after Jake died, every single Christmas, every single Thanksgiving, I had a Publix gift card to go and get our meal for a full year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of keeps giving.
When did the pendulum start changing? When did you feel like, okay, I'm starting to get my grasp back on life? Because your horror story is somebody else's survival guide that's listening to this right now. So, really influencing people and letting them know in such times of darkness, what we do in the dark qualifies for how we receive the light. So what would you have to say to a grieving widow? Like my mother, I mean, we lost dad, gosh, I think we're going on 12 years this year, but she's still in that like dark place. How did you find that light? What advice would you give?
Because we had no money and there was also no life insurance. Enough to bury him.
Same.
I think it was $5,000.
Yeah, I know.
I just realized I cannot be a substitute teacher anymore. And I did that so that I could do the field trips with my boys and those kinds of things. Mm-hmm. But okay, reality, you can't do this. So my father went with me to Social Security, where I learned that widows go into something called a black hole, Yep. which means there is no money except what we're going to give your kids. That was $90. And you don't get any more money until you're 62.
Right.
Well, I was only 39, and I'm sure they thought, check off another stupid one, because I just looked at her and I said, oh, well, how am I supposed to live?
Well, yeah.
It just was like...
They don't teach us this in school.
No,
so,
that's exactly right. So I went back full-time, but I was a classroom aide, paraprofessional or something was the title. And I think I was there almost a full year when the RIF happened. So reduction in force. Now everybody's let go that was most recently hired. Mm-hmm. Oh, dear. So out I go to Hastings Elementary.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I'm working out there. I was called back within 9 months. So I go out there, and that's where I'm working. And a friend that I met out there said, I'm going back to college. Oh, great. You're going to love it. And she said, and you're going with me. And I went, yeah, not. She said, no, really. No, really. I'm not going to do this alone. And I said, did you forget the part about I don't have any money? I'm not going back to college. She said, I've already got the lady coming here. So from Nova Southeastern, a professor came up and sat down and talked to anybody that was an adult ready to go back to school. And I'd already had 2 years. This friend paid for my first quarterback.
Wow.
Wow.
Just incredible.
The giving kept happening. Who does that?
Who does that?
She put it on her credit card until my financial aid could go through, and the government says you're a poor person, you can go to school.
Right. Exactly.
So I got some money, and we went every single Saturday, all day from 7 to 7 in Jacksonville at a satellite campus. And I was graduating.
Golly.
And then I got my master's.
That is fantastic.
Anyway.
Which gave you a freedom.
Because that got me out of the hole.
Gotcha.
That's the answer to your question. Now I'm studying and it's my money.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm not at the fraternity party. Now I'm really paying attention.
Totally. Right.
Yeah. And it just gave me a different focus. And that's how I ended up at Gamble Rogers. But
so finding that passion, finding that focus and staying with it.
And I just had to.
I love that.
Out of necessity.
Yeah.
But it is what helped pull me up.
Yeah.
Wow.
And my faith.
And what I find so incredible about a portion of this story as we go into, when you started writing the book was how supportive your new husband was.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yes. Like that is very, very amazing to say, you know what, you should be celebrating your former husband and you should be making these memories for your children. I mean, that's just, I think, a testament to what kind of guy he is, too, right?
This is a true story. Not that the others haven't been. But I don't know. I walked a lot out at Gamble Rogers. I'd walk the track out there a lot. That's just a way where I was connecting with God. But I was at a point where I don't know what's up ahead for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he had a plan. So I believe that Jake sent Al. I just don't quite get the humor because Jake was 6'5.5" and very Southern, and he sent me a short New Yorker. So
I love it.
I don't quite get that.
I love it.
But some people don't really experience love and caring even once, and I've had it twice. So I know I'm very blessed.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know I am.
Jill, in an era where there's so many communities where like mistrust and obviously division, we look at our country today, what lessons do you hope that readers take from your book?
I think hearts really are big. I was on the receiving end of such incredible goodness. And I do believe it's there. And I just honestly think it's not given a chance. The last 2 minutes on a news show is not enough. We need to hear more. We need to see more on any of our social media. That's what you need to see and hear to build everyone else's confidence that we're not going down the toilet.
Right.
That this is not something we have to give on, that there is a power bigger than us that can see us through. But I believe it's really there. I just think it's not out there.
I love that. Let's get it out there.
There is definitely a lot of love out there. And unfortunately, in today's world, love doesn't get as many clicks.
Yes.
Love doesn't get as much attention, as many comments, as many likes as some of the negativity. And that really is a shame because
it is a shame.
So much of what we see, and I've even tried to, so much of us wake up and we hit the social media button and it's the first thing we do is start scrolling through this stuff. And that sets the tone for your day.
Right.
And yeah, I love that mission to kind of show people that there is love.
Instead, I scroll through all the Florida Man games. And
there you go.
She knew what to say.
That is laughter for sure. You get some good entertainment out of that. There you go. Jill, tell people where they can find your book, where they can pick up a copy for themselves.
Tim.
Okay.
Tim's got it.
That's what we do. We tag him in comments. It's very easy.
Right.
Yeah.
And I, of course, always have them, and I'll sign them, and people can just, go on Amazon. Amazon carries it, and they also have it for your Kindle. So there's a link when you go on.
I'll put it in comments for everybody. That's perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
So true or false? You're writing the next book, and it's going to talk about Tim a little bit here. Some stories or anything there.
I don't do anything X-rated, and I'm afraid.
I love it. So good. You're safe, Tim.
but I am working on another one.
Oh, you are. That's fabulous.
Yes.
You should. Because what the results from this one and how it lifts people up, I give it as a gift. It's a wonderful thing, especially if there's somebody that doesn't know much about St. Augustine, like, just take a look at our town. Your book is incredible. What our town's about. Very special.
Thank you very much. I had a friend who made gift baskets one Christmas, and she said, and they were elaborate and beautiful, and the bows were perfect.
Cool.
But in each one, she had put my book for that very same reason.
So
Thank you.
And if you're not a reader out there, I want to tell you that I know so many people that have read this book that it's a one and done. Like you sit, it's not a huge read.
A huge book. It's an easy read.
Perfect.
But it offers so much inspiration and love,
Thank you.
which is very amazing. The small town with a big heart.
Yes.
Awesome. Jill, thank you so much for coming by.
Oh.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And keep us posted on the new book. I'm excited.
Yes, please do. Please do. Oh, man, what an inspiring woman and what an inspiring family.
Wow. The story is just epic.
I mean, it sheds so much light on why Tim is the man that he is today, why he goes so far out of his way, even when things aren't the best in his life, as sometimes happens with all of us. We all go through our struggles. We all go through our issues. And no matter what, Tim and that Jimmy Jam family just go out of their way above and beyond to help so many people in our community who wouldn't have help anywhere else.
And the core of our town is love and giving. I mean,
yeah, man.
I didn't want to overstep her interview, but I mean, when Brian passed away, the same exact kind of receiving happened, and it's overwhelming. It's like a gigantic wave, and you're like, grief is like a giant wave. You don't know if it's going to sink your ship or you're just going to go and surf to the next smooth sailing. So yeah, when you receive that gift of this beautiful community and you rally and you give your love every day, and that's how you pay it back. And everything I do, I love philanthropy in this town, and that's why I feel like I'm giving back what everybody gave me in that moment. And that's why this book is so important that everybody get out there and get this. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we want to tell you about our friends at Old Town Trolley.
All right,
as well. And a significant part of Old Town Trolley's philosophy is giving back as well in the communities that they operate. They are proud to offer their sincere appreciation and support for our St. Johns County schools, organizations like Patriot Service Dogs. They're big on the autism designation throughout their entire organization, which is so huge, just so inclusive and making sure everybody enjoys their time in our amazing town. And they also offer uncountable transportation donations to many local fundraisers and events. They are the official shuttles of things like Light Up the Night, the 4th of July fireworks, the Beach Blast Off, the Holly Jolly Shopping Trolley, and so many more experiences.
Star Bus at downtown, that's amazing. Right. Yep.
So Old Town Trolley, they're so much more than the green trains, but you will love that experience. Make sure you hop on a green train next time you're downtown and support the people who support our community.
And you're going to be proud to be an American with All American Air.
Hey,
they've been serving St. Augustine.
That song just came into my head as you said it.
Yes, let's go. They've been serving St. Augustine and St. Johns County. They take great pride in providing quality service and installations, in turn gaining a customer for life. All American Air can match any price, but no one can match their quality and service. You got to ask yourself, when's the last time somebody came over? Take a look once over on your service and on your system and making sure everything's running efficiently. Give them a call. Get on one of those maintenance plans. I'm telling you, it's a turnkey service. You're going to love it. 904-461-0070.
And of course, Bin 39 Wine Bar right in the heart of downtown St. Augustine off of St. George Street. Nestled there in the St. George Inn.
Yes.
Great spot to find your new favorite wine.
Perfect.
Even if you've already found your new favorite wine, you can find your new favorite wine.
All right.
Because there's so much to experience out there. I guarantee they're going to have more that you will love at Bin 39. They've got over 95 wines on hand, ready for you to sample, sip, or take home with you. Take a bottle home with you, man.
I love that.
Yeah. Irving legitimately scours the globe.
He's getting ready to go again.
He is.
Yep,
he's
August.
always going. It seems like every couple months he's just traveling the world to find amazing wines.
The life, man.
I
That's
know.
awesome.
What a great life. And how amazing for us that he brings them back here and lets us experience the best of his travels
Best
as well.
of the best, yes.
Give them a call, 904-827-5740, or visit them at 4 St. George Street. All right, man, it is Friday Horoscope time.
Oh, that means you're on deck.
Yes, sir. Fine by me. We've got Capricorn and Pisces. Capricorn, dear Capricorn, your workaholic tendencies will continue to erode your social life until it's about as vibrant as a tax audit. Ooh, uh-oh. No one cares about your career milestones, especially because you talk about them incessantly.
Yeah, they're over it.
Money won't be an issue, but guess what? All the wealth in the world won't make people like you.
Oh, well, maybe. Maybe. You want to buy that?
Pisces. Poor Pisces. Your dream world will come crashing down when you realize that you have bills to pay and responsibilities to handle.
Oh, my.
What are those? Your escapist tendencies will lead you straight into a Netflix rabbit hole. YouTube, but okay.
Okay.
Only to emerge wondering why your life is still in shambles.
Oh.
Spoiler, avoiding reality doesn't fix it. Darn. Your creativity will blossom, but so will your credit card debt. There you have it. The sweet, bitter truth.
Tell them to check the strip on that card. You have till 2 payments.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what you guys can get involved with. The 18th annual Anglers for a Cure. It's an inshore slam fishing tournament. This will be held in September 27th through the 28th. So get this on your calendars at the Volano Beach Ramp, of course, in St. Augustine. Join them for a special occasion as they come together to help fight against cancer. Very cool. Contact them today for more information at anglersforacure.org. But very, very cool. And inshore slams.
All right.
Okay, summer circus camp is still going on. If you have children at ages 8 to 14, this is happening July 22nd through the 25th. So visit ancientcityaerialarts.com or call 716-445-4430 for more information. But yeah, Ancient City Aerial Arts has a few more spots left for their circus summer camp. So if you have a circus kind of kid, you can get them up there and walk the tight ropes and figure it out.
Yeah. Get them to stop swinging from your chandelier.
Right. Get them to, harness that energy. So yeah, check that out at Ancient City Aerial Arts. Hey, Leitner Museum made this announcement yesterday. They present another Leitner Local series with the art of Mike Taylor. He's a very famous local artist here in town. This is happening now through August 4th. This exhibit, first of the last beach days, includes works in watercolors and graphite and features abstract figures of beachgoers against backgrounds that are both chaotic patterns and familiar items and themes. Mike's work shows the interplay of the coastline, tides, rhythm, chaos, storms, and a lot of emotion to impact that our beach has on our lives. Very, very cool. Check this out, the Leitner Museum, again, going on now through August 4th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, sir. Good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, Magnolia Family Dentistry, they are redefining what it means to visit the dentist in St. Augustine and St. Johns County. Magnolia Family Dentistry, not just about clean teeth. It is about a clean and extraordinary experience across the board. From the moment you step through their doors, you're going to be welcomed into a state-of-the-art practice that prioritizes your comfort and well-being. Very, very nice people. Above and over the top nice people out there that want to make you feel very, very comfortable, because it's not always a comfortable experience going to the dentist, Make an appointment with them. See what your friends and neighbors are raving about. 904-824-0990.
Best coffee in their office and all over town. They're incredible coffee right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they've got that
There's their
Colombian
family business.
roast.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
amazing.
right. I forgot about that. Yeah, go there for the coffee.
Definitely just go in for the coffee.
And the good thing about that is you don't have to worry about the coffee staining your teeth. They're going to take all the coffee off your teeth.
Boom. Yes.
Hey, our friends at Shea Lamore want you to step behind the velvet rope and into the heart of plush romance. Probably the most romantic spot in St. Augustine, by the way, at Shea Lamore. St. Augustine's premier jazz venue, tapas lounge, and special events space. Treat yourself to an unforgettable evening where Chef Ellie Rose's artisanal tapas dazzle your taste buds and Chef Austin's vibrant sushi experiences light up your palate. Sip on fabulous drinks while live jazz fills the air, creating the perfect date night ambiance. I just want to go out there right now.
I'm like
Really
fascinated with this read
My
here.
problem is I got to find a date.
You can go solo. Maybe pick up a date there.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Who's the mysterious man at the bar?
I wonder if I could date one of those naked sushi models.
Maybe.
Hey.
This is your opportunity next
That's
week.
it.
Happening. Only a few tickets left. So, yeah, check that out. July 25th from 6 to 9 p.m. There's naked sushi. It's going to be Midsummer Night's Dream theme and Elise Med Spa teaming up. It's going to be a really great night.
Yeah, really awesome. You can reserve your table. Great spot right in Uptown St. Augustine, 45 San Marco. But go to bitesbubblesandjazz.com.
And go to Panache. They've been living the fabulous life since 1987, and they invite you to join their pamper party. Their mission is simple. They're there to sprinkle joy from head to heart at one guest at a time. From a chic haircut to a soul-soothing massage, their team is all about pampering you to the max. And what sets Panache apart, you ask? Well, it's their squad of talented experts. They're on a mission to make your wildest dreams come true. Get on their schedule. Go to getpanache.com and get with it, boo.
All right, man. How we getting out of here on a Friday?
Oh, righty. Let me find it. Oh, yeah. Who'd ever designed this logo made a terrible mistake.
Okay.
All right, this first one. The medical center's logo is a flat line.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's a bad.
I'm not going to Peak Medical.
Right, not going there.
Yeah.
Next up, this logo for that spicy apple jelly.
Oh.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. Looks like it's coming out the other side.
Right. Next up, Hell Baby. This is sweeping the nation.
I mean,
now.
that's just a reality for a lot of people, isn't it?
It's supposed to be hello, baby, I think.
Yeah.
Next up, this restaurant's logo looks like they got a health grade of an F, right?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
Stupid.
not good.
Come on, graphics. Next up, this yogurt looks like it has biohazards in it, right?
Yeah, it does. That is the exact biohazard logo. Why are you putting that on your
What are we doing? Clip art here?
Wow.
Next up, this bottle of Fabuloso looks just like Sunny D. A kid's gonna get mixed up on this one.
Yeah, they probably had to fix that quick.
Real quick. Oh, how about this next one? This gym, Fat Forever.
Oh, yeah, it does look like
Supposed
that.
to be fit forever.
Oh, who's checking these things?
Next up, Pat's Electric. Well, just
Okay.
make a socket on the side.
Draw. Let your, I've got it. They probably let their kid make their logo.
Somebody's got to redo that.
Yeah.
Next up, I love drinking
kids.
I don't understand.
Moving
that.
on quickly.
Next, and last one here, ride on the Spock ship.
Wow.
Just had the line spacing there, a little trouble
Yeah.
there. Maybe
All
check the
right.
font size.
Yeah. All right. MS Word. Come on, guys.
Messy.
All right. Good stuff. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
to the boys in the booth. Thank you guys out there for watching. Thank you to Jill Gause Davis for sharing her amazing story. Make sure you pick up that book. Really, really, especially if you haven't been here for very long, just get a taste of what our community is all about. You guys have a great weekend, and we will look forward to talking to you again Monday.
Bye, everybody.